Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing our Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we went over the details for Goku and Hit in a separate video, as well as the banner units. Let me know what you guys think about them over there, and also on the community response tweet that I made. I'll be recording the responses for that one a little bit later on, so do go and let me know what you think. I'll do the same thing as I did with the Goku and Hit video, and I will pin the link to that tweet as the first comment on this video. So go let me know what you think, and I'll record that a little bit later on today. Definitely seen some mixed opinions so far, but we are going to go through everything that was in the full data download. There's quite a lot of interesting information with some new events and things like that, as well as a whole bunch of upcoming missions. We also know of the confirmed Super EZA for the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So that was something that we kind of all pretty much expected to happen, right? Like, he is the like one of the oldest units that still needs a Super EZA, right, and is directly from the Hit versus Kaioken Goku fight, so no surprise that he's going to get a Super EZA. And we'll go over his details here as well. So shout out to Proton as always for compiling all the information into the handy data download thread, and let's go ahead and go through it. So you can see there's all the stuff in the files. A lot of interesting things jump out straight away that obviously we are going to talk about. We have a promo movie, of course. This is just something that we always get now, which has clips of the characters' animations, which is pretty cool. I like that they've started doing these for like all the celebrations. Pretty cool. And then we have the arts. The SSR art for Goku is pretty cool. Obviously the standby, and then we've got Hit's arts as well. The Piccolo and the Magetta banner units, the new transformation, because obviously just like Pycon got the seriousness, we have the Hit improvement active skill as well. So then we have the stage for Goku. So obviously Goku gets a stage added to the already existing Blue Kaioken event, which makes sense. And then Hit has the stage added to the Tech Hit Dokkan event, because obviously both of these characters have existing Dokkan events already, so extra stages will get added for those. Obviously it will just be the typical 77 medals. There should be missions for being able to get some extra medals quickly as well, so that'll be good. Then we finally are getting a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history. This is one of those things where if you're a newer player, might be a little bit of challenge here for you, but for most people it's just kind of a way to get some free stones for a quick run. It would be nice to see at some point them actually increase the difficulty level for Infinite Dragon Ball history, but I guess it is one of those things that is meant to be sort of like a mid-level difficulty event. So for all the people who are newer, like, it gives a little bit of challenge, but it's a good way to get. I think you get about 30 odd stones for doing the whole thing if you do all of the missions. So this will be versus Rapid Growth Universe 6 edition. So I imagine we'll be fighting like Hit, Kale, Caulifla, so that should be interesting. Then we've got another stage being added to the Dragon Ball Daima story event. No other character or anything, so just like the previous stage. It'll just be a very easy one-shot stage that probably just drops some training items or something. Then we have a new event, Seriously Serious All-Out Battles. Stage 1 versus Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. You can see the layout of the field. It looks like it has the damage thing, so it kind of looks like the map from the Intensifying Fights thing. So I wonder if it will be similar. I mean, I'm assuming they would keep that sort of thing with the do certain conditions to fight a different boss. Keep that like within the Intensifying Fights like event. Although I said, the last time we got a new stage, it would be nice to see that kind of thing going into other events, but we'll have to see what this is. Seriously Serious All-Out Battle. I look seriously serious. So yeah, Pycon vibes again, which is kind of funny. Then yeah, Super EZA for the Blue Goku. This one does come out a little bit later on. This comes out on the 1st of May. Everything else is scheduled to drop on like the 28th. So as usual, the like first EZA of the celebration is a few days after the actual celebration starts and the banners come out. But yeah, as I said at the very beginning, everybody could have predicted that this guy was going to get an EZA as part of this celebration, right? Or Super EZA. So we know that we are getting that. We have Battlefield 88. I'm still not sure with the last Battlefield reset we got. Metal Cooler is obviously now physical. I'm not sure if this is a full reset. We finally get new sets of enemies, or if it's just going to be a type change again. But Battlefield reset obviously means some more stones, which is good. Blue stone, so this is obviously the one that you get when you buy specific packs of stones, so obviously not anything particularly useful for like free-to-play players, but if you buy some of the packs of stones you get blue stones, which can give you certain Dokkan Fest exclusive characters and stuff like that. There's also a new red stone, which is given out to everybody, and a lot of the characters available from this are characters that are now like super EZA characters, so this is definitely a nice little thing to get in these bigger celebrations. They do often do the thing though where the main unit that's getting the super EZA is taken off the list, so I'm not sure if that AGL Goku was on the red stone list before, but there's the potential that he won't be, even if he was, when this red stone drops, but we'll have to see. Then we have the tickets, 30 special summon tickets. So I looked back at the Golden Week celebration details for last year, and this is something that we got last time as well. So basically just by doing a bunch of missions, you will get 30 of these tickets, which you then get to do a 30 unit multi on a specific ticket banner. It's nothing super crazy. It's just one of those like kind of like the anniversary free ticket banner thing where it's just got some like banner units featured and stuff. There's no Dokkan Fest exclusives. I'm not sure if there are yellow coin LRs unfeatured in the pool or not, but so you're not going to get anything necessarily like super crazy out of this, but it's free summons at the end of the day, which is always nice. Then we also have this special ticket, which is interesting. Special Summon Ticket 1, which is a new type of ticket. Like, we've not seen this before. It just says special. It has like the rainbow color sort of theme. One summon ticket allows you to perform a single summon in the Dokkan Festival for Goku or Dokkan Festival for Hit banner, valid until the end of May. So each ticket lets you do a single summon on for either the new Goku or the new Hit. From what I've seen, and we'll go over the missions and stuff as well, but from what I've seen posted, I think you can get 14 of these in total. So you basically just get like 14 free single summons on either of the Dokkan Fest. Obviously you can split them between the two, but free summons on the banner is always nice. Then we have the tickets, Dokkan Festival A, Dokkan Festival B. Now obviously for global, these will be available to be purchased in ticket packs. I don't know, we haven't had actually our first one of these big celebrations since the sync, where global would get the free tickets with each multi, right? I guess the New Year Dual Dokkan Fest, did that have that when it came to global, because it came to global late, whereas obviously we got it at the same time at the end of last year for Daima, Goku and Glorio. But yeah, I think now that we're synced, we're potentially not going to see that, the thing where you get free tickets for like each multi that you do. But there is the possibility that that will still be a thing for global. But either way, global will be able to purchase these as well to give you extra summons on the two banners. We also have a new support item, Revive Bug from Daima. I guess this will drop from that new stage. Recovers 700,000 HP, all allies key +2 for 1 turn. So that's interesting, because like 700,000 HP is like almost a full heal for like some of the highest, like for the highest HP teams now, not so much, but it's essentially giving you almost a full heal and then all allies 2 key. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but when you think about like the hardest events in the game where you can only bring one item, it's probably not going to become the go-to support item, but could be fun just to heal you. So that's the thing, sometimes, especially for me, like if you're doing showcases and stuff, sometimes I just want to heal to be able to survive the turn to get onto like the showcase unit rotation again without worrying about dying. But I don't want to use like a Whis, because then the next rotation for the showcase unit, there's still an extra buff active. So, I mean, this could be useful for some stuff, but other than that, it's probably more of a novelty than anything. The banner assets, so we can see the banner images. So we can see, obviously, the previous Golden Week units are returning, which we would expect. The Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Fat Buu. We got the banner units on there. Glorio and Daima Goku are returning again, which is really good, especially for people who skipped the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta banner. Glorio's still very, very good. His leader skill still getting buffed constantly. In fact, both of these guys, I think, are on his leader skill as well. So that's really good. And then you can see we have Blue Goku is on Goku's banner, the one that's getting a Super EZA. And then interestingly enough, the counterpart for that on the other banner is the Tech, Kale and Caulifla. So I will do a video talking about the other potential EZAs and stuff that we could see during this celebration. But that does really indicate to me that Tech, Kale and Caulifla are going to get an EZA during this celebration. Obviously just not within the first week, otherwise they would have been in the data download as well. But just because there is no EZA for them in the data download that we currently have doesn't mean that they're not going to get one later on in the celebration. And if they're featured on Hit's banner and they're even featured on the art, like as the counterpart to the blue Goku that we know is getting a Super EZA, then yeah, I feel like it's pretty much a shoe-in that Tech Kale and Caulifla are going to get an EZA, especially because Hit's team wants Universe 6 allies, and let's be honest, a lot of the Universe 6 units are pretty outdated at this point, so them getting an EZA would obviously be very good. We have new idol animations, so we have a new one for Hit, which obviously makes sense because we're getting a new Hit. We've got a Beast Gohan one being added finally. Obviously, we've got ones for Blue Kaioken Goku. Of course, we've got the ones for the new characters. Beast Gohan, what's his one? Oh, he just kind of looks up. But he's obviously got, like, the aura's really cool. I mean, that's really disappointing. I don't know what else they would do with him, because it's not like he does, like, any sort of, like, cool stance or pose or anything. But yeah, that does seem a little bit lackluster. But, I mean, the aura and everything is awesome, but... And then new scripted events, this is all just story stuff for like the story events and things like that. So we've got a few events announced already. The Super EZA being confirmed straight away is pretty cool. I guess maybe because, like I say, everybody knew this would be the Super EZA, so there's no point like holding it back until later or anything. Plus, because he has a slightly different name, because even though he is a Kaioken Goku, he's just called Super Saiyan Blue Goku. He'll obviously link with the new one. So that's pretty interesting. We can take a look at his details here as well. So this is the blue Goku with his Super EZA. He gets 2 ki and attack and defense 259%. High chance to crit. As the third attacker in the turn, he has 40% damage reduction and gets an additional super. Okay, that's interesting. When attacking, 159% attack. Attack and chance to crit 20% when HP is 77% or less. Attack and chance to crit 30% when HP is 59% or less. So you can get some pretty big buffs. Obviously, if you're at 59% or less, he would have 100% chance to crit in total. When receiving an attack, 159% extra defense. Defense and damage reduction 20% when HP is 77% or less. Defense and damage reduction 30% extra when HP is 59% or less. So if you're at 59% or less HP, he has 90% damage reduction. So that's really good. He could, yeah, like, I guess because he's going to be like a floating, he's not really giving support unless there's more further down, which, I mean, there is more further down, but we'll see what it is. That could be very interesting because obviously it's when he receives an attack. So if somebody else earlier in the turn takes a big hit and this guy's in slot 3, like when he attacks, he's then going to get a bunch of extra attack with basically guaranteed crit and then have 90% damage reduction if you're at 59% or less HP, which if someone has taken a big hit earlier in the turn, he sacrifices HP on super because of course he does because he's a Kaioken Goku. So then the chances are when he takes a hit, you then are going to be below one of these thresholds and he gets all the extra defense and damage reduction. So that seems really good. From the 7th turn, he gets an extra 159% attack and guaranteed crits. So just starting from 7th turn, he just gets that. So if he's on turn 1 and you're floating him in slot 3, he comes back on turn 4, then he comes back again on turn 7, and then this is just activated. So that's pretty good. When there's a super class enemy, he gives all allies attack and defense 40%. When there's an extreme class enemy, all allies attack and defense 40% for 2 turns. Okay, wow. So yeah, that is really good. And then yeah, he greatly raises attack, does immense damage to the enemy, and sacrifices 5% HP. So he's providing 40% support. So yeah, he's a floating support unit, providing 40% support, who then, when it comes time for him to attack and then be attacked in slot 3, he has the potential to do really big damage and be really strong defensively if you've lost, like, some HP. And then obviously, if you haven't, like if you're on full HP at the end of the turn when he takes a hit, he should still have relatively good post-super defense, and he does have 40% damage reduction. As the third attacker, he's getting a guaranteed additional super, so you're already going to guaranteed lose like 10% HP. So if you're starting the turn at like, you know, even let's say 85% HP, by the time this guy's supered twice, you've dropped to 75%. Then when he gets hit, he has that extra 20% damage reduction as well. So he actually seems really, really solid. I think if I remember rightly, he shares like the full 7, or if not just 6, which is obviously still really good, links with the Tech LR gods as well. So this seems like a really, really good Super EZA. So yeah, very much looking forward to this guy. And then let's go ahead and look at some of the missions that we can see. So we can see here we've got the these are under like EX missions, which is usually ones that get added for red zones, but you can see here these are for the Seriously Serious event. Clear stage 1, that gets you those 14 special tickets. So all you have to do is beat the stage to get the tickets. And then beat the stage within 5 turns, gives you a stone and some link skill orbs. An extreme unit of each typing is a stone and some link skill orbs. Then we have 6 AGL type characters. So I wonder if that means, I guess the final boss is probably going to be the Tech Kaioken Goku. So it's like a full type disadvantage team. And then beat all the missions, you get the special sticker. It's funny because these EX missions, like, sometimes they can be quite hard if the event is hard, like especially with like the all extreme types and stuff like that, but the rewards for them are so bad, which is kind of funny. But all you have to do is beat the stage once, which means you can use like your literal best team and you get the 14 tickets. And then we have, obviously these are the missions for the Dokkan events, right, to get the extra medals. So full power characters, a character of each typing, no support items, and within 5 turns gets you a bunch of the extra Goku medals. And then 3 accelerated battle characters, unit of each typing, no items, and 5 turns gets you an extra bunch of the hit medals. It's 28 of each, so it's like the equivalent of like 4 runs, which is obviously very, very useful. And then we just got the Dragon Ore missions that will be added next week, because these are all in the upcoming missions section, like from the data download. Then we also have, interestingly enough, the Seriously Serious one has its own missions, so not just those EX ones. Clear stage 1 once gets you 3 stones. Clear stage 1 with 6 tournament participants gets you 3 stones, and then with 6 Universe 6 characters gets you 3 stones as well. So there's a good few missions tied into that new event that's coming out. Then we have obviously the Super EZA, use 3 Extreme Z characters, 5 Rapid Growth characters, and then beat it within 4 minutes and 40 seconds. These missions obviously are always very good to do, because you only get 3 of the medals from each run, and you need to get 30 in total. So if you do all of these missions, they give you an extra 15. That's like half the medals you need. So if you can get these done within the first couple of runs, then you can get all the medals for the Super EZAs nice and quick. Then they're also adding some red zone missions. So we've got the Vegeta story red zone, beat stage 10, which is the blue Goku, right? With at least 5 full power characters, and then beat stage 10 with at least 5 tournament participants characters. And then we have the Goku story stage 10, which is the blue Vegeta, 4 Universe 6 characters and 5 tournament participants. So for the Goku one, it's 5, so you can have 1 character not on the category, and obviously the friend doesn't have to be either. For the Vegeta story one, you only need 4 Universe 6 characters, I guess, because if we are getting that Tech Kale and Caulifla EZA, it's not going to be until a little bit later on. I mean, these missions don't start until the 5th, and that's when the blue Goku Super EZA comes out. Because, yeah, the Universe 6 one could be a bit tricky, because even if you pull the new hit, you've got the new hit, you've got the banner unit Magetta, who realistically isn't really very good, but and then who else is like really relevant for like a Universe 6 team? So this mission could be a little bit on the trickier side until maybe later on in the celebration, but I guess we'll have to see. And then the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, obviously the first bunch of missions are just for beating all of the stages. So we've got Caulifla, Kale and Caulifla together, Kaba, then Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, Super Saiyan 2 Kale. That seems to be it, I think. And then, yeah, beat the stage once. 3 all-out struggle characters, 3 accelerated battle characters, beat it within 14 turns, and then obviously just get all the missions. So you get a decent chunk of stones and items for doing all the missions for that as well. So there you go. That is the contents of the data download. Quite a lot of stuff in there. Shout out to Proton again, as always, for putting together the thread. Let me know what you guys think. What are you most looking forward to from this celebration? And as I said, I'll put a link pinned in the chat for you guys to give me your thoughts and feedback on the Goku and Hit for the community response video later on. But let me know all your thoughts about everything that we know about Golden Week 2025 so far down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.